I love your name. I love Scooby Doo. I'm a fan of Scooby Doo. Okay, so Shaggy is, when you say Shaggy, and of course the Rastafarian Shaggy. So
Oh yeah, parents were hippies, and then I just went with the look. So Shagwellen's the real name.
that's what's up. That's what's up. Thank you for having me here. My name is Laveda England. Veda J Inspire, but I am the CEO of House of Restoration Community Connections, also the owner and director of One Community Network, and I'm glad to be here. Talk a little bit, I guess, about social equity in a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. So with the nonprofit, what is it exactly like you guys do or like help with?
Okay, so I mentor women and their children. I also mentor young ladies over at a middle school currently, and we take them through a self-esteem course, The Power of a Girl, and we're also taking them through a Mind to Print course where we allow them to come up with a creation, and my partners will put it on the paper, transfer it to clothing, and then we'll make something for them. And the young ladies will receive like 20% of their fabric that's being sold.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And what are the ages that you usually help, or the girls in this program?
So the ages vary because, like I said, I work with mothers as well, and then the younger ones. And currently, I am mentoring 6th and 7th graders at the school. But within my own organization, it's usually 16, 17 on up. And many of the ones that have the children, I say they're children as well because we've provided a one-stop shop. So when the women come in, maybe they're coming in to do a sewing workshop, or maybe they're coming in to finish their GED, they don't have to take their child to a daycare. The children can go into the computer room, they get on the computer themselves. And during the summer, we do a digital media and a business course for the children, and their moms are able to participate with the literacy game.
I love that because, digital marketing, especially now, is being more useful and, is not taught in some colleges. So the fact that you guys are getting ahead of that is amazing.
Yeah.
And so, usually it takes a story to get into something like this. So what got you into helping people like this?
Being a teenage mom, growing up in what most people call the southeast part of San Diego, I call it southern eastern, because when you say southeast, it holds a certain connotation to it when you're interfacing with maybe the police or,
Gotcha.
authoritative.
Yeah.
So I call it southern eastern. I grew up on 45th and Logan. I've been here since I was 3, but I became a teenage mom, pregnant at 15, had my first child at 16, and my mom was on drugs. And I became a functional alcoholic at some point, and then I had to know that I was no better than my mom, because of course I used to look down on her because she did cocaine and crystal and all these things, but vice is a vice.
Absolutely.
And because when I grew up on that side of town, I didn't see a one-stop shop. There wasn't very much help that I saw coming up in the community. And so with that, 11 years later now, because I've had my nonprofit for 11 years, I'm still here. I'm still mentoring women. It's not always mentoring thousands on top of thousands. It's that one individual sometimes. You change their life.
Absolutely. If you change one life, that's amazing. And then you can't help but get that high from helping somebody, and then you kind of want to help more people because just feels so good.
That's right. And they come back and they know that there's no time limit.
Yeah.
A lot of organizations, they have, 6 months to a year, but they know they can come back. If I can help them with advocacy or case management or help them fill out paperwork or connect them to someone that I may know in the community, that's what it's about, continuously building them.
Have you, since you've been doing it for 11 years, has there been anybody that you've helped that's kind of helped back into the organization? Or you see kind of try to help people like you've helped them?
Well, not on a bigger scale. Like what other people would consider, but these women,
just helping you, even just like coming back and helping other women that in your program.
Yes, yeah. I've had women come back, or they do the word of mouth. Or, for instance, we had an event yesterday, and it was called Love Back to Life. The women come, they be part of it by being models, or coming to help set up, or those type of things. Just saying, hey, Miss Veda, we got you. So it's kind of funny hearing them call me Miss Veda, but they're like, we got you. They'll come tear the stuff down. They come help me put it up. So they're always willing to be involved.
Awesome. Well, I love hearing that. But now, before we stopped on, you were telling me a little bit more of a fun story. So I like to hear that side as well about the rap and the hype. How did you get into that? And who are you hyped for?
Back in the day, I had my older sister and I would rap together. A lot of times when you see me, I have these elephants on my arm and my ring. My rest her soul, rest in peace, Cookie X-Way. She was that cookie that didn't crumble. But me and my sister, we rapped together. And so a great friend of mine, her name is Eternal. She does gospel hip hop. And what I was telling you that we were just at the Grammy Awards fashion and music and fashion experience. And so I do hype mic for her, and it's fun because I'm up in my 40s, but I love to dance. And so just being able to be part of that when I'm performing or ministering with Eternal, it reminds me of when me and my sister would, go and perform in different places. Absolutely. And so, I hype.
And I think, music speaks to people differently. If it's not dancing, but it's still speaking to you, it's still getting through your body and moving. I love that. Well, this is mostly based around a cannabis podcast. Yes. Do you consume at all, or?
You know what? I do not consume cannabis. However, I understand the multi-purposes of cannabis, or the THC side. So because of the industry that I particularly work in, why this is really beneficial for me, though, is because when we talk about social equity, it goes across a platform. Social equity, financial, education, different things of that nature. And because of what I do, it's not free. Even though I offer the classes for free, you see. So the sponsors and the people that donate to what it is that we're doing, when I go out and get these materials for these women to sew, they're not paying for those things. So it has to come through some way, somehow. However, in the broader aspect of it, I sponsor I collaborate across the board.
Absolutely. And I think also with the legalization stuff, it's not just smoking anymore, and not even just edibles are getting high, but just creams and other things, and I think like that. But I love what you're talking about is education, and that's the biggest part. And
I think that's really big, Shaggy. You have to be educated about these things.
Oh, everything.
Cannabis, it's helping a lot of individuals right now. Like you said, with the pain and different, things of that nature. And so when I'm moving forward, I have to move forward with wisdom, and just know that when I'm coming out and I'm collaborating with individuals, they understand which standpoint I'm coming from, and we never know what's going to happen in the future.
No, absolutely. And I think we all have different missions, and we help people different ways. But I love that both of you and me is to make the world better. Just trying to help people.
That's right.
So
that's right. That's what it's about.
Well, do you want to tell anybody ways to help you, ways to find you, Instagram, any ways to contact?
Definitely. Okay, so we are on Facebook, House of Restoration Community Connections. I'm also on Instagram, HOFRCC 2021. Or you can just follow my personal page, which is Veda, VADA, the letter J, Inspire. And that J stands for just. Veda just inspires. That's it. If it's not positive, you may not hear it from me. And I talk about some real things sometimes. But if you all ever wanted to sponsor what it is that we're doing here in San Diego, my offices are located in Lemon Grove, California. And you can Zelle it right to House of Restoration Community Connections.
Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast. It's great meeting you, and I can't wait to hang out more the rest of the day.
Definitely, Shaggy. I appreciate you, sir.